How you going? So tonight we're doing a follow-up interview with Petra, and it's about her daughter who she lost to the jabs in 2023. And the reason we're doing the follow-up is because losing a child must be every parent's nightmare. But if it's an act of God, then I don't know if I haven't lost a child, so I don't know if it's easy to get over a death if you think it's an act of God or an accident or something than it is if the state killed your child and they won't acknowledge it and your friends won't acknowledge it. There's only a small group who knows, including the doctors that treated her. So you're kind of left alone to deal with the grief, which makes me think it could be impossible to get over. I also think that Bianca, who took the jab for various reasons, we'll find out what they are, did what the government asked her to do. And since COVID was seen as a war, then she is one of the victims of that war. And all the other victims of all the other wars we have fought have shrines where their names are embossed on the shrines. But these people who died in this war have no such shrine. And I think that should change. I think for the sake of our country's soul and all our souls, we need to bring these people out of the silence and realize or acknowledge what they've suffered and who we've lost. And that is the best way for all of us to move on, to make sure that nothing like this happens again. Before we bring on Petra, I'm just going to play a small video as a tribute to Bianca and her love for her mother and her mother's love for her.
If I could be anything for you, I would be your cure. I'd pour light into your wounds to soak their poison into the potions of love, into the golden and smoldering potions of love. And as their darkness drank, I would tear apart your cage, remolding the bars that held you into your destined wings, into your destined wings, flying above us all in your destined wings. And if from your flight
Okay, let's get going. And here she is. Hello, Petra. How you doing?
Not too bad. Thanks for having
Yeah.
me.
That's okay. Now you're moving house now, and this was the
Mhm.
last house that Petra knew. How is that moving house? I mean, Bianca, how is that moving house leaving, knowing that Bianca was there?
It's very, very, very weird. It's very strange. It's hard. Um, so many memories here, and yeah, we moved in here, and 2 weeks later, she passed away. So
Good.
our furniture was never up against the wall or anything. So
So you had
yeah,
to unpack and set up house while grieving in the intense grieving bit.
yep, yep.
Good God. Now, the other thing too, before we start off, you said that after our interview where we came to your place and interviewed you first, that
hmm
you actually lost friends saying, "What are you doing this? Why are you speaking about this?" Can you talk about that a bit? And
Yeah.
and did they justify what they said, what their reactions?
I just got told, maybe you shouldn't be saying that. Like, you're already grieving. Why you're trying to make it worse. Why you know. um, And yeah, good riddance to them, I say.
What were you after? You after justice or you after acknowledgement? You know, which
Both,
seems natural. Yeah,
both, definitely
yeah.
both. Yeah,
Well, before we get in,
I want Bianca's
oh no,
story to
go
be
ahead.
heard. Yeah.
Before we get in, and I have to say, where is it? How good is this? Uh, is that guy? You two look like a lot of fun. You two were mates, so you didn't just lose
Yeah,
your daughter. You said you lost your best mate.
I did. Yeah,
I mean, she was so much fun. I never met her, but she just looks like a light bulb. You know what I mean?
she really
Yeah.
was.
So, what was she like? And this is the thing, it's easy. What they do is they put up a picture, but usually a statistic, and it's hard. There's no empathy for a statistic. What was she like? When you had her and growing up with this little human being around you, the picture of her is
Yeah, she literally saved me. I was very young when I had her, and she was just a spark. Like she started talking when she was really little. She'd make everyone laugh. She walked into a room and everyone just looked at her, you know. She talked and talked and talked and talked. It was mum, mum, mum. She used to make people giggle everywhere she went. Um, she was always looking after everybody else. She was one that she stood up for herself. You know, she said when something was wrong, you'd know about it, and she'd make sure she got her point across every time. Um, she just she had a lot of people were drawn to her. She was a massive. Um, you knew the party was on when she walked in the room, basically. She was a firecracker. She was highly intelligent, hilariously funny. Had such a like even the clothes that she wore. She had her own personality. She was like nobody else, like no one else ever. So she smart as anything. Even in her work, everyone was drawn to her. Um, all her team just loved her to bits, and they always had fun with her. So work wasn't work. It was, they enjoyed being around her, and I think hence the numbers were always high in her business. So she was just, yeah, it's uh it's hard. Biggest heart ever too. Yeah, biggest heart ever. I've lost you. Hang on, where's the sound? I think I've lost the sound. Oops.
how's that?
Oh yeah, that got you now.
After she left school, though, I mean, she wasn't just a party girl. She was doing really well at business. Yeah, really well, wasn't? Can you talk about how she was? Because she was quite a high achiever, despite
Yeah,
all her
she,
fun.
yeah. She was really, really like right into her maths and stuff. She ended up with a scholarship to finish her HSC because she was
Wow.
always getting awards. Yeah, and
What was she
that
getting awards for?
mathematics, business, language, all sorts of stuff. Just
Wow.
always getting awards, always. Yeah, especially business. And so she got this scholarship, and that scholarship actually helped her move to Sydney because she still had quite a few dollars left.
Yeah.
And but before that, she had a traineeship at the Greater Union Bank in Warhope, and
Oh,
that's
yep,
where she
yep, yep.
started. So her first job was actually at a bank,
Okay.
um, behind the scenes, yeah. And yeah, she had headhunters, throughout her career. She never went out without a job if she didn't like a job. Just like that, someone was always wanting her. She was, yeah,
And
very
what did
much
she
a
ever talk
wanted
about?
girl.
Did she ever talk about her dreams and what she was wanting to achieve?
She was wanting to, like, most recent one was she wanted to move to Berlin. Her
Berlin.
Berlin, because of her German background. I was born in Germany. Bianca loved it over there, and she just wanted to travel and experience whatever she could. But Berlin was the thing. She was drawn to it. She was so drawn to it. And she actually went on a trip just before she passed. It was about 12 months before she passed. And yeah, there's she went out in a cat suit just like she did on Freedom Day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So she was, yeah, she wanted to move there. I bet she was offered jobs in Singapore, she was offered jobs in England, America, all over the place.
Wow.
Um
All in the
but she
same
had some,
field?
pardon?
All in the same field?
All in the same field. Yeah, she was in the business world. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Finance.
she
Yeah.
basically she was great looking, very clever, and basically a high achiever, and she loved living and wanted to live.
Absolutely. And she did. She did. She started boxing. They were actually going to send her off for competitions in Muay Thai or whatever you call it. She was a goer. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So it gets to there, and then she, I think went, if I remember rightly, she went down to Melbourne to be a part of the tennis.
Yeah, her main boss, her big boss, shouted her and a team to Melbourne to watch the Australian Open because they'd done so well in their achievements for the year. So it was an all expenses paid trip, hotel booked, the whole lot, all the meals paid, everything because they'd
Wow.
done so well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And do you want to talk through this part, or do you want me to bring up what I remember? It's up to you.
I'm happy. I'm happy to talk about it.
Sure.
So she went to the gym the morning of the 16th of January 2023. They were actually due to go to the Australian Open that afternoon. Um, and she went to the gym like she always does and then collapsed. She collapsed in front of the front desk. A few fellas were there, they came over straight away and helped. But she was having seizures, non-stop having seizures. Her whole body shaking. Um, so, and just as she was shaking and everything, her phone rang, and it was actually her friend, one of her best friends, and the concierge or fella at the front desk actually picked it up and answered it. And she was the first person that heard ambulance was called at the same time. Yeah, yeah. So she was then rushed off to hospital, and they did all they could do. She was in surgery. So I got a phone call in the meantime, and I just collapsed, absolutely collapsed on the floor. Um, I kept hoping that she was going to survive, but I just had, the gut feeling
What
goes.
did they say on the phone? Did they tell you she had a chance, or did they
Well,
give
they
you
they
any?
didn't at that stage. They didn't know what was going on at all. Because I spoke to them before she even got to the hospital. She did. They just told me she's having seizures. We've got to get her there and go from there. And then once she was there, I tried to ring the hospital. I did get through. A nurse answered, and she then said I had to wait for the specialist to call me back. And I tell you what, they were the worst 20 minutes of my life. Um, in the meantime, quickly rang my partner and rang my best friend and told him what was going on. got off the phone really quickly. I had no one here, it was just me. I'm sitting at the back with the puppies. And I got the phone call from the specialist doctor, and he said she's in surgery. She's had an aneurysm, and we're doing all we can. We will call you when she comes out. Um, I got off the phone and rang my partner. He got onto the family, and they got me on the next plane in Newcastle. And I got there, and they weren't going to let us in. I'll
I
never
remember
forget.
that.
Yeah, I'll never forget the glass doors, and I could see her, and there was just tubes, tubes everywhere. She was my little girl, but she wasn't there anymore. Um, but yeah, they weren't going to let us in because she had COVID, and the head doctor just said, "Fuck off, let these people in."
I love that.
So-
I remember you saying that. That's it. Fuck off, let him in. Imagine them not letting you in because she's got COVID. Sorry.
yeah,
Wow.
sadly, that shit used to happen all the time. So
What was it
um,
like to hold her? Had she already gone when you held her? Could you feel that?
Yeah, because I could feel that she wasn't in her body anymore. I could feel her around. Like,
Yeah.
I'd start crying, and the machines would start making music and stuff. Like, "Mum, don't cry," that sort of stuff. But I was in shock.
Yeah, of course
Just
you were.
I couldn't believe my little girl was, you know, laying
Yeah.
there like that. And I sat there, and they were still doing tests and things because by the time she was on that bed, they were still hoping. They were still
Yeah.
hoping. They'd done all they could, but they just the bleeding wouldn't stop. It just wouldn't stop. And so they were coming in doing tests every 5 minutes, and I kept like, I thought to myself, what if she comes out of this? Um, what's she going to be like?
Yeah.
Can she fight this? All that sort of stuff. But yeah, they said it's a waiting game now, but we doubt she's gonna make it. And then yeah, the next morning she was pronounced brain dead. Yeah, and yeah, she stayed on those machines for a while. But yeah,
Did you have to tell them to switch them off?
no, Bianca was a donor, so I didn't get to see her actually die as such because they took everything. And yeah, I saw her after.
There's you're saying now that you feel my anchor everywhere around you now.
Everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah. In
she's
the
she
house,
she yeah.
flicking lights.
She flicks lights.
Yeah.
The spice cupboard, which is hilarious because she was a cook. She loved cooking. So the spice cupboard, the door shuts and
Yeah.
opens 3 times. Number three, but yeah, it's always a number three.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, that she was so devouring life. I wonder if somehow she knew there was limited time, just eat every moment, you know?
Yeah,
On some
maybe Dad.
level, you know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah,
some level it's unaware of, and
yeah.
and just hear and celebrate being alive. That's what I see
Right.
from the pictures in her face. Now,
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
how you get back to where you live,
Uh-huh.
and you come back without her, and there's is going on without her. Now, here we get to the crux of why we're doing one of the cruxes of why we're doing the story. If she'd been killed in a car accident, there would have been a huge outpouring of grief. If she'd um, just been killed by an act of God, but here Did they say it was the jab, or did you just know it was the jab? What happened? Because it was unusual, wasn't it? It was the significant brain bleed.
It was significant, and the weirdest thing was in that ICU, every single person in that ICU was there having a brain bleed. Every single one. There was no car accidents. Every single room, like the whole waiting room was covered in people mourning. Bianca was the youngest. The next one up was 32. There was a 42-year-old, 50 something, all the way up to 60. But still, that's so young. And
Really young, yeah.
they're all, yeah, all of them had it. I just instantly knew. So something just instantly like this shouldn't be happening. Like this
No,
is
come
no.
on. I mean, okay, let's look at it logically. Had she ever had any issues with her brain before?
None.
You know?
Zilch. No.
You know? She was going to the gym all the time, so she's super fit, super energetic,
Yeah.
and so basically she's a very healthy young woman.
Yeah. She ate all the right foods. She was always eating organic, everything, grass-fed beef. All of it. Like, nah. She was the chef of the, whole all of her friends. Like she was the chef of our family.
Mm, really.
Always,
And they did
always going
have
to.
sorry, but people growing up before COVID, you did meet one or two young people you heard had aneurysms, but it was extraordinarily rare. And the fact that
Mhm.
she was in hospital, there were so many people with aneurysms, and now lots of people have aneurysms. So here's where we are. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yep.
So, uh, was there any acknowledgement from any of the staff in the hospital that the jab could be related?
Nope. Not one.
No,
No.
no.
They were
How
all.
about
It was almost like they couldn't say anything though. I reckon they. I reckon some of them believed it because the way they sat with me and how I felt. You know, they. It was almost like they'd seen it before.
yeah, I bet they had.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they spoke out, of course, they'd lose their jobs.
Mhm.
Or they actually had the same stuff in them as well, so they're probably thinking, "Oh my god, am I next?"
Yeah.
It's a nightmare
Exactly.
scenario.
Mhm.
I wanna talk now about the grieving period of getting over it. So you're back, and is it r right to say that basically society is telling you, like those ones who left after the first interview, that they don't want you to say it's a jab, they want you to just shut up, absorb the pain, and let
Yep.
us move on with our lives?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like this there's still a stigma in society. Don't speak, you know, don't speak
It's
about that. Don't stir the pot.
Yeah, that's right. It's almost
Well, too
like
bad I'm
suicide.
stirring.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's like suicide, people die twice. They die from the act where they do what they do, and then they never get talked about again. So they like,
Mhm.
because nobody wants to bring it up, so they die a second time. And this is kind of like it is here,
Yeah.
because let's talk about why she took it. Because I know you didn't take it. I believe you didn't take it, but
No.
she, and you're a naturopath as well, but she I think she took it to travel, or she
Yeah,
wasn't
she did.
scared of it?
She was scared of it. She did
Oh,
have
she was?
yeah, she did have thoughts about it, but she just felt like she's just got to do it in order
Yeah.
to fulfill her dreams, basically.
Yeah.
She thought to herself, if I don't get this done, I won't get overseas. I won't go and see my uncle. I won't go and see anybody. So, and we've got family over there. And she had all these dreams of moving there and, yeah.
And
Um,
that's the crime. That's the crime right there.
yep.
There's her dreams, and they say, "You want those dreams, you jump through this hoop," you
Yeah.
know?
And well, the other thing too was she was by herself in Sydney. It's not like
Mm.
she had family locked up with her. She had a couple of mates that could come and see her, and that was it. So there was that too. She was very isolated and couldn't see me, and we're so close. We used to do
Yeah,
a lot of this
how
sort of
long
stuff.
before she went down to Melbourne? So how long had you not seen her?
I
Or
hadn't
do you
seen her. So the last time it would have been maybe 18 months.
Oh my Lord. So you've gone
Yeah.
18 months without seeing her.
Mhm.
And then so it's just phone calls and Facebook lives and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
Oh,
she was
oh
planning
bless.
she was actually coming up the weekend after she passed. She was had it all booked and everything. Yeah.
How are you? I know you want justice, but how are you moving on with this immense amount of grief for your daughter and your best friend when we have a government that just doesn't want to know, a health system that doesn't want to know, and a lot of our society that just doesn't want to know? How are you moving through that and trying to heal if you can heal?
Yeah. I don't think I'm ever gonna heal as such. You just learn how to live with it. But my big thing, I'm going to keep talking about her and I'm fighting for her all the way. And that's how I'm getting through this. That's how I'm healing, speaking about her to whoever will listen, talking about her all the time, talking about what she was like, keeping her memory alive and fighting for her. That's how I'm doing it.
I'll
Yeah.
send you that intro video. Can I also ask, if what would you see as um, true justice, or what you're saying you're fighting for her? What could they give you that would satisfy you that way? Is it just acknowledgement? Is it some compensation? What would it be?
Acknowledgement. Acknowledge what you've done. Acknowledge that this happened. I
Yeah,
don't give two shits or a hoot about money. I just want her and everybody else that's been affected by this to be
yeah,
heard.
yeah. Well, it's like I said at the beginning. We've had several wars, from Vietnam to Afghanistan, the Second World War, the First War, the Boer War, and everywhere you go, in literally every single town, well, in every single town there are shrines to those
Mhm.
who fought. And
Yeah.
COVID is seen as a war, and yet these victims of that war are
Hmm.
forgotten. In
Hmm.
fact, society almost wants to push them away, like memory hole them, like they never existed,
Yeah.
and yet
This
they
didn't happen.
did.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know, which
Yeah.
really speaks to how ill, on a soul level, how ill our society currently is. We're more interested in
Absolutely.
pushing trans rights and stuff like this and forgetting all of these people with
Yeah.
all the loved ones they've left behind.
Yeah.
Because not only you've got to see it like a little crater. Around you now is a crater, and all the people are affected. You were telling me, and if you don't want to say, feel free to say I don't want
Happy
to talk
to.
about that.
Yeah.
But you were saying that she had a friend, a young man who was basically still struggling with it.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Her
yeah,
her best friend in the whole world. Yeah. Yeah. Um. And a couple of like her closest friends, but him in particular, they went to preschool together, so they were three when they met, and he still can't he still can't go 2 days without tears.
because he loved her.
He,
It's broken his
he
heart.
loved it a bit, yeah, and he's still like, what the, you know, how does this happen? Again, and even he says if she passed in a car accident or something, I'd kind of understand it, but this, I don't understand this.
Oh well, let's look. They sold it to us that we were all going to fall down dead in the streets from COVID, and we
Mm,
did not. And
yeah.
perfect example of Western Australia, where no one started dying until they rolled out the jabs. That's a fact. Like it or not, look it up. People weren't dying, you know.
Hmm.
And then here it is. But it's this strange thing we have in our society with these injuries and death. It's like Rosemary Marshall, George Keswick, and others put up the forest of the fallen, and a lot of people tell them, "Good on you for keep doing it," but a lot of other people come along going, "Oh, you've just made all these up. You're making them up. They're not real." And you go, "What?" Yeah, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're sitting here making up false. I mean, they could search for themselves, and I know they've done it. And when they find the real, they don't change their minds. They just get annoyed. It's like,
Mhm,
you know, because there seems it's got now to like a cult level. You can't question vaccines.
mhm.
It's a cult. It is breaking down, but the
Yeah.
true believers are like cult. No, you cannot question them. But
Mhm.
we have to question them because we're losing people.
Absolutely.
We lost
Absolutely. Lost
Bianca.
my girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And what other things? Are there any groups out there of mothers like you or parents like you who were sort of getting together, finding yourselves to work as a group to maybe try and get some justice?
It's where I am not so much. I have been in contact with a couple of others, but it's hard because everyone's, scattered, and there's not really that much help for people like me. Like,
Mm.
um, yeah, it's been really hard. I've felt quite alone, to be honest.
I bet you have. Well, we did a show last night about psychologists because there's a new guidelines come in by APRA today, and psychologists and counselors now are not allowed. So if you came in, she said to die the jab, they have to tell you, no, you must be mistaken. They have to defend the jab and push the jabs. So they're not allowed to, because usually a psychologist comes in, and what they tell me is my great friend Lindsay and others that they have to acknowledge, like you come in and say, you're abused or something, they have to go, okay, we take that as truth. If it gets found out later, it's not true, that's fine. But now
Yeah,
with this, they have to tell you, no, you're mistaken. So you can't go to
that's
them for help. Do you know what I mean? So you
yeah,
can't
that's
go
just
to
that's
official
powerful.
counsel. You'd almost have to get black market counselors, like hidden counselors that would actually listen to you and treat you like a
Where
human
where are
being.
where are they?
I don't know. I don't know because this is what I'm saying. There's not only has this happened, but now they're taking out the people that would deal with this and help
Mhm.
you get through it. You know,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
it's
that talk
very
about
big.
the aloneness. So you just that must be so incredibly difficult to deal with.
It really is. I've got my close friends and family and things, which is awesome. I wouldn't be able to get through if it wasn't for them. And community here, like us, but no one's been through the same thing. They hear my
No.
story and they're like, "Whoa, shit," you know.
Mm,
um,
mm.
yeah, it's a hard one. So, and like people listen. They do listen. The people that are the same as us, freedom people. But as far as losing a child because of it, that's a whole other ball game. Because people don't know how to, even though they're a freedom fighter, people don't know how to handle that. Um,
Well, it's every parent's nightmare.
mhm.
No parent wants to have their child die before them,
No
and
way,
and
no.
especially if you can't get to say goodbye. I mean, it's just a nightmare.
Mhm,
And I think, like even now, you can feel and sense your pain, and there's nothing I can do or say that's going to relieve
mm,
it. The
no,
only benefit of this now is that more people have to speak if they've lost loved ones, and people now know. I've heard of so many people say the doctors would come up and say, "We're not allowed to say it, but it's the jab." We got everywhere here, and silence isn't going to fix this.
yeah,
So,
no,
unfortunately, this is the route
to speak.
to, yeah. If not even healing, if we can't heal your heart, which I don't think you'd want your heart healed because that'd be almost being like Bianca's gone. So the
Mhm,
pain is almost a way of keeping her alive. And but if they did, I lost my train of thought. It's if they did speak out, we could start dealing with it, and then we can really figure out what happened in a way of trying to make sure that it never happened again.
exactly. And
you know?
that would be honestly a way for all of us to heal if
Yeah,
we all spoke out, you know.
yeah,
Because in a strange way, even people that you might not know each other, but as a whole, I think there's universal energy and all that sort of thing.
yeah,
If everyone started really speaking up, then I think there would be a way of healing it. It's the biggest thing is it being spoken about and heard. When
yeah,
when someone's when people are telling you to shut up about your child, it's it's not a nice feeling.
no,
Yeah,
no. How about, your relationships? Are you still in a relationship or now, or is that very hard to keep because of the grief?
it's actually we're separated now. Yeah,
And the grief is a part of that, you think?
it was. Yeah, yeah, and no fault of his at all. We're still very close. Um, I went down the gurgler and
I
didn't
bet
know
you
how to
did.
get out. Yeah.
I bet you did. I
Hmm.
bet you did. Absolutely you did. Wouldn't make sense if you didn't,
Yeah.
you know? How did you get out of it? Or are you still getting out of it?
I'm still getting out of it. But I started dreaming about her, and that's how I came up with my business name and stuff. I think that helped an awful lot. Um, and I got a grief coach, and I don't know,
A
going
grief
to the
coach.
beach. I got a
A
grief
grief
coach.
coach. What's a
She's
grief
awesome.
coach? Yeah,
So
what's I've never heard of
yeah,
one. What's a grief coach?
so grief coach.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's like a life coach, but with grief, and she works with women that have lost children. So
Wow. What a woman.
mhm.
God, it's
Yeah,
great to
she's
interview her.
amazing.
What
Yeah,
a
she's amazing.
wow. And what
And
did she do to help? Just out of interest, even for us to hear that we could help with other people. What are some
yeah,
of the things she's done to help?
just help like turning your thoughts around and accepting. Instead of because I was in a ball on the floor a lot, and
Yeah, I bet.
just accepting that that's okay rather than thinking that I have to get up and it helped in that way. She said it was okay basically, and
It
gave
is
me
okay.
these steps and meditational stuff, and you know I got all the way down to the bottom, and I thought to myself, no, I want to live, I want to keep speaking up about Bianca. And yeah, something just switched in me, and I'm an awful lot better than where I was 12 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Here's your business here. Be seen. I love it. We're be
Yeah.
free and be seen, you know?
Yeah.
Naturopath and wellness in Petra's business, incorporating, her daughter's do we have a link for that, Kel? Okay, I'll just bring up the thing. Just keep chatting now. Well,
Mhm.
one way, can you tell us one story just to bring Bianca back into it? I'll bring up her
Yeah.
picture. Let's let's do this one. So this is Bianca. I mean, she's a dag. This is
She's
her
such a
with your
drag.
mother, you know. So
Yeah.
how young were you when you had her?
I was 21 and turned 22 the next day. So
Oh wow. Okay.
she's born the day before me. Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
can't even
She was
remember what it was like to be that age.
yeah. So
Interesting.
I grew up with her, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Best thing ever. She was just the best.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. So here this, you can see it. So she's really, really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gorgeous. Here's the I've got the business coming up now. There we go. So if you want to check out Bianca's, I mean Petra's, sorry, Petra's, is it naturopathy? You said
Yeah.
your naturopathy and wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah, even that's great. The fact that you're just doing that. I mean, there must be times when you want to. I'd say it'd be the silences and the moments where you're alone where it really hits, you know?
Big time. Yeah, big time.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
funny, she appears. She appears when I'm there now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you see her?
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
can
see
see
her
her
and
in
I
what
hear her.
way? What, like
Um,
in the periphery vision or
yeah, the
what?
periphery behind me, yeah. Mhm. And
Wow.
she giggles at me a lot in her giggle.
You know, this, I know we want the government to acknowledge it, but let's talk about our society now.
Mhm.
Our society is suffering.
Oh,
We
yeah.
see it everywhere. Wherever I am, I see people suffering. Even the ones, g'day, Forsh, even the ones that didn't take it are worn out, worrying what's coming, worn out for the last 5 years. But we just cannot move on as though these years haven't happened and let's
No
pretend
way.
everything's back to normal. It just
No.
doesn't work,
No, it
you know?
doesn't. No.
And so this is the conversations that we have to have, you
Mhm.
know? And we have to go through this and we have to face it and because we'll all benefit from it. I know there's a
Absolutely.
huge other things going on, but we will get richer and stronger. And it'd be just wonderful to see empathy flooding back into our culture,
Absolutely. Mhm.
you know?
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely. Even in the business where I work, I'm always seeing vax injured people, always.
Really?
There's not a day that I don't see one. Yeah.
Wow.
The stories come out, and it's like they're drawn to me. I have run into people that saw the last interview I did, where I
Yeah.
work, and they're drawn to me, and they just start talking, you know.
Because they've got
But
so little wisdom.
yeah, I've seen treated a lady that went through the same thing as Bianca. She was only in her 40s, but she survived it, and she's never going to be the same again. And yeah, she's got a walking cane and twitching, and her face has drooped, and she's got to live like that. That's just wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Hmm.
met loads. There's even a woman came up to me today, she was saying she went to her optometrist, and her optometrist said, uh, he's seeing so many vaccine-injured eyes. All these people coming, he's never been busier. It's affecting the capillaries, he reckons. And so all these people with eye issues. I met a man about 6 months ago, and he told me he was going blind. You know,
Oh,
his eyesight was
wow.
getting worse and worse. So see, the thing is, this isn't over. This
No.
isn't over. We're seeing these things through, and we got the walking wounded walking with us. Um, but there's other beautiful things. G'day, brother Bill. There's other beautiful things that a community of those who are dealing with the truth, you know, are healing each other, are coming together. You know, we're not scared
Yeah.
to talk about this stuff. You
Yeah.
know, in a way that we all get better. Not to go, you told you so, this and this. No, but a way we just know that this has to be done.
Yeah.
They say ignorance is bliss, but I don't buy it, you
I
know?
don't either. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And I've heard that
No.
from other things too, other naturopaths. They say they're constantly dealing with people coming in. So they all these
Always.
people, even though there's so many of them, they feel alone recently when they come in. That's why they talk to you. So loneliness is one of the great things too.
Yeah. It's big. It's scary big how alone people feel. Yeah.
And
Still. Mm.
even if we started acknowledging it, imagine. I know they're probably scared of people being sued, but imagine if we acknowledged it. Um, how we could start dealing with it then. Even having
Exactly.
businesses open that deal specifically with these vaccine injuries and trying to
Yeah.
fix and heal the problem or make these people's lives as best as they can. I know there was a one woman, a farmer I interviewed a few times, Sally, and she said to me last time I saw her, she was walking, which was better. She was skinny. She'd lost so much weight, and she kept losing weight, but she was skinny. She was kind of positive, and her face was still drooping. And she said, you know, she just said, "This is best it's going to get."
Oh,
and before that, she was super healthy, running a farm by herself,
wow.
and stuff like this. And this is all over Australia. There's only a few podcasts like this, say Hoodie, myself, the incredible Rosemary Marshall, and George Keswick, and a few others that I see. They actually acknowledge this is a handful in the whole country.
Yeah,
You know,
it's not good enough,
no, it's
honestly.
not. It's not. It speaks to an immaturity
Mhm.
to our society, a
Yeah,
moral immaturity. You know, this
absolutely.
happened.
Yeah.
And we all know from childhood that speaking is the only thing we're taught all the time. Got to speak. Come on, man. You got to
Mhm.
speak, man. You got to speak. And
Open
now
your mouth,
suddenly,
yeah.
yeah, now we've got a big problem. Now everyone, shut up. Let's just
Yeah,
stay
now it's
silent. Yeah. Where do you see yourself going? What do you think? Do you think, uh, I know you're moving house, but do you have any sense where you're going forward with this business and stuff, or any sense of how you'd like to fight this? Like, if people reached out to you now, would you be interested in people either in the same situation or wanted to help reaching out to you and just even
Absolutely. I would love that,
starting a
yeah.
all right, all right. So if you
Yeah,
want to reach out to Petra, uh, contact us at cafelocked@gmail.com and we'll send the stuff through. The only reason we'll do it is if we just get trolls or the ugly people, we won't send them through to you. But anyone else, will send it through. I mean, even just getting a social media page, if we're still on social media page or anything where people can talk,
that would be
this is
great.
it,
Yeah,
you know? And just
yeah,
getting back into it. I've got a great mate, David, who's he was a reporter with the Daily Mail till they sacked him, but he was one of the first reporters to actually be doing vaccine injury stories in the mainstream. So you know what I mean? And of course he's been sacked because of it, but there's still there. Do you find people have changed now? Do you find more people are either willing to talk or willing to listen now? You feel there's a change in society?
definitely. Absolutely, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I'm hearing more and more people are opening up, more and more people are speaking about it. There are more people acknowledging it too but it's small, it's not big enough. It's little
Mm,
pockets of people, yeah.
mm.
I think ignorance is still bliss for some.
Also, a lot of people have it in their system and they're terrified. What if it
Yeah,
just
that's
explodes in
true.
them?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
that's another thing. And all of us are dealing with the fact that this was done to our whole country,
Mhm.
and not one single politician has looked like they've even bothered.
No.
I've never seen Albanese shed a tear for all the vaccine injuries. He'll do it because he doesn't like memes going up. Scott Morrison has never showed an ounce of empathy.
No.
Daniel, Dictator Dan, will forget him. He's no point. But I haven't seen one politician or a health minister or anyone actually go, wow, actually,
Mhm.
just acknowledgement through just a sad
Yeah.
expression. There's
Mhm.
nothing, you know. Oh, there's someone in China watching us. Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
this is where we are. I don't know if it'll take time, and I don't know if talking like this will help, but I hope it does. To anyone else
I
out there, if you
absolutely.
have lost someone, um, and and you want to have their faces come out and let the world know that they were here, let's do it. Let's get in touch and
Yeah.
just do this. This is the second one of these or
Speak.
third one of these I've done now, and I think it's important. I really
Absolutely.
think it's important because she was a gift to the country, this
She
girl, not
was.
just
Yeah.
to you, you know? I mean, look at her here. Here she is, I think it's at a graduation.
Yeah, you're 12, yeah.
Look at her. She's happy, she's this, she's hungry to live, you know? Yeah.
She's beautiful.
I'm gonna push you out of your misery now and let you go. You have been incredible to do
Thank
this.
you.
Should be really proud of you. I hope all your lights
Thanks.
keep going off and all night. No
Oh,
worries.
they will.
Honestly, I really admire you for doing this. I'm going to play the Bianca thing again, and we're doing this so you can see that she was a real human being, not a statistic that should be forgotten about. And then we're going out with another song called Harbor. And but I wish you the best. God bless
Thank
to
you.
you. if anyone reaches out, we'll send through. If you do get a group going and you want some
Sounds like
marketing for that group or anything else like that, please feel free to reach out to us,
we'll
and
do
we'll
that.
spread the news as we go. And good luck with your move.
Thank
And
you.
I hope the angels are gentle with you, because
Yeah,
you need
they are.
it's this. Take care, gorgeous. Okay,
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks so
This
much.
is I'll stay on. We'll watch it together, because this is
Yeah.
great. This is her. Let's get rid of that thing.
If I could be anything for
Look
you,
at that.
I would be your cure.
That's my favorite shot.
I'd pour
Yeah.
light into your wounds to soak their poison into the potions of love, into the golden and smoldering potions of love.
Man, you two are
And
so
as their
cute.
darkness drained, I would tear apart your cage, remolding the bars that held you into your destined wings, into your destined wings, flying above us all in your destined wings.
Actually, I'll read this out after I get you off. But I was just going to read out the letter from the. It won't come up, unfortunately. I think it's the wrong thing. You had a beautiful letter from the person that received our heart.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually got it right here if you want me to read it out quickly.
I'd love you to read it out. Here, let me
Yeah.
make myself smaller. Okay,
Oh,
here. There's another way to make me bigger.
Yeah.
I'll sit back.
Dear donor family, I wanted to write this letter sooner. However, I could not find the words to appropriately express my gratitude for the gift of life and sympathy for a loss as overwhelming as yours in the same letter. Both our worlds were turned upside down and will never be the same again. I hope that as you read this, you find the smallest bit of comfort in knowing that your decision has helped many others. I'm trying to shine this light wherever I go. Firstly, let me tell you a little bit about myself and my family. I'm a 19-year-old and I live with both my parents. I have two younger siblings, a 13-year-old sister and a 10-year-old brother. We are a very close-knit family and love each other dearly. For the past 15 years prior to receiving my new heart, I was unable to travel, play sports, or do the things that I enjoy due to my heart condition. My only hope for survival was a heart transplant, but it didn't really register that someone had to pass away for this to happen until I got the call late in the evening in January. My thoughts were with you as I faced a huge operation. I am grateful that you agreed to help others during what must have been an extremely painful time. This decision is extremely heroic. I want you to know that I will cherish and protect this wonderful gift that you and your loved one so unselfishly gave. This gift is like no other we have received in this lifetime or that we'll ever receive. And I know that thoughtful, caring, and loving people made this gift possible. My family and I can only express our deepest gratitude and always keep you in our thoughts and prayers. We will remember you and your loved one and live in gratitude for your absolute, inconceivable generosity. I know that no words I could possibly say could bejewel you from the grief or your overwhelming loss, but please accept my heartfelt, deepest sympathy. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for the gift of life and deepest gratitude, your recipient.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so she went to a 19-year-old.
how does that feel? Does that feel like, is that a good thing? Yeah, I mean, it must be such a
It's
bizarre thing.
it's a really bizarre feeling, but I am glad because it's something that Bianca wanted. So
Yeah.
it was really hard giving parts of her up, but it's what Bianca wanted, and I'm really, really proud that she's left that. She's helped young people keep going. Part of her liver went through it to a 3-month-old baby. So,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And her lungs went to a young person too. So, she's helped
Which
others live. So,
which ironically shows the health system how it can do such great good, but
hmm
can't acknowledge when they do wrong. But they
yeah,
are capable of such good, you
yeah,
know?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's time people really spoke up and we all came together. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. God bless, girl.
Thank you.
I wish I could help more than this. If anyone wants to reach out to
Awesome.
Petra, she's after justice. Anyone has lost someone to the jabs and wants some justice, reach out and we'll put you in touch and maybe you guys can come up with something. Take care. And I hope I
Thank you so much.
don't know what else
Talk
to
to
say.
you.
See ya.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye. I'm going out with a song called Harbor. I think yeah. Good night, everybody. See you Wednesday.
There's a harbor in my heart where you used to fix your sails. There was no berthing fee to pay, and there were no documents to sign. You used to just relax before figuring out what you needed to do, for the ocean is vast, yet wherever you went, the currents always lead back to you. Now there's a museum in town full of memories of you. Seems the council here have nothing better to do. They change room by room as the outer you grew. But when you switch off the lights, the inner you still glows. There's a harbor in my heart where you used to fix your sails. There was no berthing fee to pay, and there were no documents to sign. If the storms grow too long, why not set sail for me? Otherwise, at least know that there's a part of you here, alive and so full of fire that I'm wondering if it's you that's powering all of these lights. That I'm wondering if it could be you who is powering all these street lights. There's a harbor in my heart where you can come and fix your sails. There will be no berthing fee to pay, and there will any documents to sign.